Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I am doing round 2 of Shop Miss A. I've heard people call it Shop Misser, which I don't think it is, but we are trying that today. I'm going to leave a link to a first video I did of this down below for you, just so you can see how I got on. It was a while ago now, so I can't really remember. I remember things arrived broken, shattered, the plastic was coming off. It came in this, as it did this time as well, you know, those kind of like inflatable bags. It came in one of those, but before it wasn't actually inflated, whereas this time it was. So everything is nice and protected. I didn't receive any broken products this time. And I can't remember if I was impressed by the products or I can't remember. I remember I loved their version of beauty blenders. Let me just apologize for any background noise. It is, if any of you have been online and you follow people from the UK, you will know that all we've been doing recently is complaining about the heat. It is raining today. I am so happy. I have my window open. I can see the rain. I'm letting the air in. I don't care if my stuff is getting wet. I'm just so thankful for the rain. If you can hear that in the background, I do apologize. I'm going to try and not let it happen. Oh my god, it's really heavy. You can probably really hear the rain now. Okay, so I just took this eyebrow off. You can see that it's not as structured as this brow. This is how much structure I like in my brow. So I bought the, is it AOA Studio Hold My Brow Clear Longwear Brow Soap. And this is literally like you know, the West Barn Co brow soap. Now this one says to use it dry. I usually wet mine a little bit, but we will go with what they say first and I will try it dry. It doesn't smell like anything, which is great. God, that rain is so heavy. So happy. Fuck you, summer. Let's get end of the summer. This heat wave. So I'm just really getting in there and really trying to get as much as I can on my brush because my brows are quite thick and a little bit unruly. Oh, subscribe. I just went straight into it. Subscribe and like the video. This doesn't, you know, this doesn't feel so strong. The temptation to wet it is there because I feel like it just like gives you a little bit more time to work with a product and then you can kind of like set it in place almost. My god, that rain is crazy. It's so loud. I need a bit more. I always go against my brows as well, so just so I can get that product right to the root of that eyebrow. Roll it through, really push it in. That rain, oh my god. Oh my god, I might go move my car from under the cover so it like washes the front. Okay, that's better. I think you do need to use quite a bit of product. Maybe not in like a lighter brow, but in my brows that are quite thick and heavy, I think you do need to use quite a bit. That's on my eyebrows just falling out there. This is handy, this is cool, and I like the little tin it comes in, that's nice. We'll see how that holds up throughout. Okay, next up we have the AOA Slim Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Ebony. Now I know a lot of pencils aren't really made to go on top of waxes and things like that, but I do like to see what does draw on top. It has a really nice pointed tip to it, so that's cool. And of course our little brush on the side, the other end. Let's give this a go. Let's try and fill in this little gap here where I'm kind of trying to grow things in. Okay, and I'm going to carve under this brow with a bit of concealer to kind of hide this situation, but you know how it is growing out brows? That sits really actually quite nicely on top of the wax itself. It was very smooth. It went on very smoothly. That's a good pencil. I would absolutely 100% recommend that. Okay, let's prep the skin a little bit. So to prime my skin, I got the Amuse Face Primer. This is anti-redness, so it's a little bit green. Makeup base, it's oil-free, and it says healthy look, which is like a personal opinion. You know what I mean? Like, you look healthy is very much a personal opinion. So I don't know what I mean by that. But yeah, oil-free is good to me because I'm oily, very oily. It doesn't have a hygiene thing, which always disturbs me a little bit. Oh, it's like a gel. I don't know if you can see that kind of color, but it's not like you're not, this is very much a lime green. It's not like that green. So it does have a little bit of yellow to it, which isn't bad because yellow also cancels out redness. Let's try here. I'll do one side of my face and you can decide. Smells okay, which is nice. I mean, I always see products like this and I just think it's too sheer to ever really color correct effectively, because this one especially, because it's almost like gel textured, it's very watery. So I think if you did have a kind of redness that really needed covering up to a point where you would have to buy a color correcting primer, I really do feel like there would almost be no point. Hasn't really done anything. My skin definitely looks, does it? I don't know. It feels nice on the skin. That's what I'm going to go with. I didn't really get this for the color correction anyway. It's very lightweight, very non-invasive. I guess that's good, especially if you're oily and you don't like those heavy feelings on your skin before makeup. But this is great. The smell is familiar and I can't quite put my finger on it. It's almost like, you remember when back in like the, was it 90s or early 2000s, when like gel pens were like all the rage and people were releasing like different food flavors of gel pen? It reminds us something from that. I don't know. It does feel really, really nice on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy in any way. I like it, but we'll see how it is with our foundation on top. Okay, so you know me, I'm not gonna do my eye makeup without an eye primer. This is an AOA soft base, and this is the nude color. I think there was only 2 or 3 shades. Keeps oil control, no fading, and creasing, which is exactly what you want from an eye primer. Well, it's quite light and it's quite watery. I usually go for a base that's a little bit thicker than this. I don't like a lot of concealers that are very watery or too... I don't like a lot of primers that are too watery or concealer-like. But anyway, let's give it a go. See how... It's very watery, you know. It does just look like concealer. So I'm going to try and tap it onto the lid because it is such a lightweight texture that I feel like if I rub it too much or blend it too much, sorry, it's going to kind of disappear and go a bit patchy, which it has a little bit on it. Can you see there? There's almost like a patch of it missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap that down and wait, and then I'm going to apply a second layer. This actually works a lot better with fingers. I think just the perfectionist in me wants it nicely blended, you know? It's too liquidy, and that's what I don't like about eye primers that are almost concealer mimicking, is that they don't sit so well. Not, that's the wrong way to describe it, sorry. Too fluid-like. They don't sit very well. You can't really build up that much. I'm going to carve out my brows. I'm actually going to use a concealer that isn't part of the Shop Miss A thing because I have a concealer coming up and I don't want to prejudge it by using it to carve out my brows, you know what I mean? So I kind of want to keep it as a surprise. So I'll just use a normal concealer for now. And I just want to carve them out so I can get this brow a little bit more even because it's a bit everywhere at the moment. And I'm just going to watch to see if this base creases. I don't mind it creasing a tiny little bit and then tapping in and then, you know, kind of while it sets. But it'll be interesting to see how much it creases. It's very yellow. I don't know if you can see, but it's extremely yellow on my skin. Well, I mean, which isn't terrible because I'm going to cover it up anyway. So the base actually hasn't creased that much at all, which is very nice. So I bought 2 eyeshadow palettes from Princessa. So we have 2 matte ones. So we have one with a little bit more color and one with actually pretty much the same colors. Just looking at them now, and maybe a little bit more muted. So yeah, interesting color palette. This looks kind of used already, so I'm gonna throw that away. And that one does too. Gross. That actually looks a little bit green. These colors look quite dusty. The texture does too, but you know what, let's not prejudge. This, I'm actually quite impressed with this eye base. Look, no creases through the socket at all. Just my my wrinkly eye here. Let's do like a greeny yellowy thing. Okay, let's start with, oh, by the way, I am going to use my own brushes today, but I think in my previous video I used brushes I found on the Shop Miss A website, so check that out if you want to see their brushes. I think they were all right, you know. So I'm going to start with this lighter green right here, and yeah, see what happens. So I'm kind of expecting some of them not to come out so great because they are quite light, and you know, there's bigger brands that can't really do bright colors either. This is definitely perhaps not the colour it is in the palette, but it's not terrible. Is it terrible? No, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. And that's better than being the worst. So, considering I'm going straight in with a blending brush, the colour is coming out quite good. If I was to go in and maybe stamp on the colour and, you know, pack it on a little bit, I think it would be all right. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I don't mind it, you know. I think it's all right. I do think perhaps the green could be a little bit more stronger, but let's be real, it's an affordable brand, and for an affordable brand, this is okay. This is all right. What I might actually do is take a little bit of a darker green that's in the same palette and just kind of go over and see if that can brighten it up a little bit. Not brighten it up, make it a little bit more solid. I'll just start going through the socket first, and then yeah, it does. See? Yeah. Ooh, I like that better. Let's do that. Okay, and then I think I'm going to take a bit of this yellow. How was I holding it? A bit of this yellow and go almost like around the edges here just to add a little bit of that yellow back that was in the previous green. It's like a yellowy green. Okay, yeah. Let's go into the other palette and take this dark green here. I hope it comes out quite a bit darker. I was just going to tap it quite a bit. I'm thinking let's put the yellow that we use here and here on the center as well. It's not as dark as I would have liked. And it kind of just fades away when you blend it in, which is a little bit annoying. It kind of just fades to the other green shades, you know what I mean? Let's take a tiny bit of like the dusty black that's in this palette, just to deepen up the green. Kind of. Okay, now it's kind of like struggling to sit on itself because there's so much like here. Look, that's terrible. Okay, let's just blend and oh no. That's fine. We can chop this bit off of concealer. We're gonna take this yellow and we'll just tap that into the middle if it sits. It probably, I don't know if it will, you know. Oh, it's like a flat brush. I want to blend it, but then also I know it's gonna like disappear as soon as I go over with a brush. Yeah, gone forever. It's kind of a point where you need to get it right straight away, because if you want to go in and blend, you're just gonna blend away everything you just did. Like, I need to put more color on, but I'm scared. Okay, let's just leave it at that because I'm worried now. Okay, a bit of fallout. I'm gonna have to wipe that away. So I'm just gonna take our primer. And my skin, just a little update on the skin primer, face primer. My nose does actually feel a little bit, it feels like it's still present on my skin, and I don't really like that too much personally with my primers. If you're a little bit drier, that will be quite nice. I'm just using a little bit of primer on a cotton pad just to take away any fallout from under the eyes. But yeah, it feels actually all right on the skin. It's quite nice. So just before we finish up under the eyes, let's jump to concealer, and this is the AOA Top Secret Concealer. I wonder what's so secret about it. So I have a colour, oh, I got light ivory and white. Now, here was my thinking, I believe. Wait, that's concealer? I thought that was foundation. It definitely said foundation on the thing. So this is the light ivory. I think I'm just gonna go straight in with that, because I thought the colours on the website actually aren't that good. It definitely looked a little bit darker than this, and then I was going to lighten it with white. Also as well, I just realized the foundation I'm going to use today says concealer on it, and I swear it was foundation on the website, but on the packaging it says concealer. So it's quite a little hard pot, which is all right. Now with pot concealers, I do expect them to be a little bit heavier, a little bit fuller coverage, so we'll go sparingly. I know that's not sparingly, but we'll do sparingly for the rest of the face. Yeah, this is too light. 100%, this was darker online, and they actually had, wait, did they? I can't remember if they had quite good swatches or not. If they put them on like on her arms on different skin tones, I can't remember. It smells a bit like baby powder, but like they're trying to cover a smell with baby powder. It's not as like nice smelling, you know. That's not bad. It's actually quite sheer for a concealer, I would say, especially when it's in a pot that you expect to be a little bit fuller in coverage. It's a little bit drier than I expected. I should have prepped under my eyes and I didn't, so much. But it's not terrible. It's not bad at all. Let me just finish up under the eyes here. Okay, moving on. This is what I thought was the foundation. I swear it called itself foundation on the website. If not, that's what we're going to do anyway. Like this. It does come with a puff inside, but I'm not going to use those. I'll just use it straight into my face. I have 3 shades here, so maybe we can mix. We'll see how we go. Yeah, let's mix together. Okay, so I am mixing together the shade, this one and this one, and I'm literally just gonna do that. And then what we can do is we can just kind of get like the base color down first, and then we can go in and correct it a little bit if we need to, with a few darker areas, a few lighter areas, whatever we need to do. This very much reminds, oh, ghostly. Do I have blush? I do have blush. This very much reminds me of like old fashioned like pancake, like stage makeup almost. Oh, that sounds like fiber. Like oats, you know? Are oats fiber? I don't know. You know what? On the skin close up, it's actually not too bad as a foundation. This is it's alright. I reckon if you get your shade match correct. Oh, that smells so bad. Oh, take it back. It's not the worst. Will I ever use it again? No. Blush. I thought this was a bit of a good deal. And there's some good colours in here too. So this is the Mineral Quad Blush from Starry, I want to say. And I thought this was nice because we have more of this like colder kind of like, I could definitely sculpt a bit with that, and in these peachier pinky shades. And there's this brush in here which of course will be absolutely fucking useless for anyone. So let's start with this tone in the bottom, and I kind of want to use that along the outside of the face just to get a little bit of structure going and to unpale this down a bit, and then we'll add this more orangey colour to go with the kind of a greeny yellow we're doing here. That smells like makeup, like play makeup, like 90s you just got a free eyeshadow palette with your new school shoes kind of play makeup. This colour though, it's going on quite nicely as well. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, I'll say that. It's not bad at all. I'm going to blend a little bit of foundation over it. I went a little bit too far. I expected worse and I got better than I thought. So let's go. I'm just going to use the same brush and I'm going to go into this orange here, and let's just apply it over the top, but just on the top of the cheekbone here, and we'll blend that in just a moment, just so we get that little nod of orange just up here. I'm just going to tap it in circles into that area. It is definitely a lot better than I expected. I quite like it. It's quite nice actually. So I got a liquid highlight, and this is the liquid highlight from Malibu Glitz, Shimmering Skin Perfector, and this is the shade what? It doesn't say, so I'm going to make it up. Champagne Face Moment. So it's quite a bit of a thick cream, which is nice. And we're just going to tap that. Ooh, oh wow. Oh my goodness me. Okay, so you're going to need like literally the smallest amount. I way overestimated how much I needed. Can you see? Oh God, look how bright that orange looks. Honestly, it changes colour when I move on my camera. Well, it doesn't. So this orange blush looks pure orange on my monitor here. I have one here. And this is more like a remote control for my camera. But it doesn't look as orange here. But when I look here, it looks pure orange. Anyway, this highlight is beautiful. Look how nice that is. I really like that. What a champagne face moment I'm having. Very nice. This would look, it's quite a thick cream texture, so I can imagine this being actually really nice on the body as well. Legs, shoulders, what else is on the body? Like collarbones here. It'd be nice. It'd be very nice. What else I can do? Blend in at blush a bit because it's looking a little bit crazy. Okay, in real life it doesn't look that orange. I hope it isn't that orange on camera. We'll see. How can it be when it doesn't exist like that? Okay, so I didn't get a mascara because I have a million mascaras right here and I have way too many. I did get false lashes though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack on some mascara and then we'll try the lashes. Okay, so these are the lashes. These are called Dubai Premium Faux Mink Lashes, and as I'm looking at them sideways, I don't know if you can see. There's actually 2 layers. Can you see that? So there's like a wispy layer on top, a wispy layer on the bottom, which is a really nice detail from such an affordable lash. So let's whack them on. I'm just going to try them on like this first. Just see if any trimming needs to be done, because they do look quite wide. No, I think I'll be alright. Okay, so I'm just waiting for my lash glue to dry. And one thing I want to do on my lashes, just so they're extra sticky, one thing I want to try is this brush cleaner I got as well. I thought this was really cute, and it was watermelon scented. So let's give that a go. So what I'm going to do, this is actually, I think this is a face cloth from somewhere. Someone sent me this, so I'm just going to spray a little bit of the brush cleaner on here and then clean one of my brushes. Let's take one that's meant to be white and we've covered with a green eyeshadow. I'll be interested to smell it too. Yeah, it smells good actually. Or maybe not, maybe don't. Nice, okay. Very good. I think it can do with like a nice deep wash, but just for me, just using my brushes, this is okay. Actually, the smell is a little bit like if there was a watermelon like car air freshener. It's a little bit travel sicky. Yeah, okay, let's get on these lashes. Oh my god, these are huge. They're quite nice. They're very, very big. Like, they do come out quite... I don't know, actually. Are they any bigger than the ones I usually use? A little bit of trouble if it's inside corner here. Okay. All right, well, that's Faux. Really easy to put on. Quite nice. I'm going to keep them to one side because I think I'll use them again, like, soon. They're quite nice. Yeah, lovely. Okay, let's move on to lips. I have quite the arrangement. And actually, looking at this one now, I'm actually not going to use this. This is the Cocktail Shimmer Tropical Shine. What? There's no shimmer. There's no shimmer in that at all. Anyway, so it's obviously like a cocktail, but I think it's like this oily gloss. It's like almost like half gloss and half oil. Like you can see the oil push through it there. I'm not using that on my lips. That smells like Toys R Us, like the balls and Toys R Us. When it comes to the lip color, this color looked completely different online. It looked a lot more peachy, a lot more nudey. This is the, what is it? I don't know what this is. Matte Kiss Soft Matte Lipstick. I can't read what it says the brand is. So the color looked a lot more nuder online. That's why I got it. Yeah, this definitely wasn't what I expected. Okay. That tasted like, I love donuts, but it tasted like just like the what you would cook them in, like the oil you would cook them in. That was really horrible. I had to get it off my lip. I couldn't stand that. Okay, you know what? I might put on one of my normal lip colors. Okay, so I've only done something a little bit light because I have a gloss to put on top, and this is the AOA Glazed High Shine Gloss, and it has this kind of like glitter throughout it. I'm so tired of all this outside packaging. Oh, look at that suction. I don't really like that. What a weird... It's almost oil. It almost feels like a lip oil. That's not a gloss. I wouldn't say that was a gloss in any way. Okay, well, that's actually everything I have. Let me just look around and double check. Yes. Okay, I would love to know your opinions on the products below. The eye look isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now everything's on. It actually looks all right. The foundation concealer looks okay. I would mattify slightly. Should we see what it looks like matte? I think I tried powder in my previous one. So again, go ahead and check that out. A bit patchy, but it's fine. Okay, like I said, let me know what you think of the products below. Give this video a thumbs up. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye.